Good morning and welcome to the ADS Securities Markets Update. Beginning with the latest developments in the equities markets, the global equities fell sharply on Friday, and the Asian equities also falling by an average of 1% each so far, while the US futures seen slightly higher at the beginning of the Asian session after the sharp declines on Friday. On the other hand, the oil prices tumbled further, declining below $60, reaching as low as 56 areas this morning, as more and more officials or more and more remarks by some officials over the weekend hinted that OPEC is not willing to intervene even or to cut the production even if oil prices falls toward $40. This has also had a notable impact or notable effect on the equities markets in the region. Dubai posted the worst daily decline since 2008, declining by 7.6%, while the other countries in the region posted an average decline of 3% each. Going forward to today's fundamentals and beginning with Japan, the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe secured a majority in the elections with only 52%, and this is the lowest percentage in the Japanese history. During the Asian session today, Tankan figures came in with mixed outcomes. The manufacturing index fell toward 12 in the fourth quarter of this year, while the estimates were to remain stable at 13, and this is the lowest reading since about 2 quarters. However, the non-manufacturing index increased more than expected towards 16 in the fourth quarter in Q4, up from 13 in Q3, while it had been anticipated to rise only toward 14, and this is also the highest reading since the beginning or since the first quarter of this year. As for the European session today, a few economic figures will be released across the session, which might have only a slight impact on the markets. Beginning with Switzerland, the PPI is expected to rise by 0.2% in November, comparing to a decline of minus 0.1% in October. However, falling oil prices may lead to weaker numbers today. In the Eurozone, the German BUBA monthly report will be released at 11 GMT time, but unlikely to have any notable effect across the session. Finally, in the UK, the CBI industrial order expectation is expected to remain stable at 3 in December, and this is also the second positive reading in the row. Going forward to the US session today, we will be focusing on 3 economic releases across the session. Beginning with the Empire State Manufacturing Index, the estimate is expected to rise slightly toward 12.1 in December, up from 10.2 in November, which would be the second monthly increase in a row and the highest reading in 3 months. The industrial production also is expected to show some recovery rising by 0.8% in November, comparing to a decline of 0.1%. Finally, the NAHB Housing Market Index is expected also to rise slightly toward 59 in December, up from 58 in November, which would be the biggest monthly increase in almost 3 months. This is it for today. You can follow us on our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to get the latest economic releases, reports, and analysis. Thank you for watching.